What's up there, Misfits? Welcome to Pages of Ascension. Of course, welcome back if you've been hanging out with me for a while. My name is Tia. This is going to be a Aries season reading. Oh wow, I actually just had a brain fart there. So that extends from roughly March 19th, March 20th, all the way to April 19th, April 20th, 21st, somewhere around there. See, I guess it kind of varies with the calendar year, but in any case, yeah. So, I am really excited that we're finally in Aries season, as I am in Aries. I like to be in my own energy. So, like I said, this is going to be for this season for you. We're going to look at what your messages, your overall messages for this time period. We're going to look at a little bit of the numerology to see what themes might be presenting for you, and of course, what your lesson is, the reason that these elements are appearing for you from the divine. So, this particular one is for mutable signs. Now, mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So if you have any of those signs prominently in your chart, or they land in a house that you are working on in particular right now, this reading might resonate with you, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So I've already pulled the lesson for you, as well as the message for you. Just got the numerology card out. So let's see what we got here. Oh, beautiful. So, well, we'll see. None of the tarot cards are out yet. I'm sure it's going to be awesome, though. So you have patience for this season. We're resonating with the number 2. Okay, so let's find out what's going on for our mutable signs. So I can't pretend like there isn't a whole bunch of stuff going on in the world right now. We've got a pandemic around the globe as I am recording this video. And actually, it's the 22nd that I'm recording this video. So, you know, spring has officially sprung. We've hit the equinox already. Yeah. There's a lot going on. So, you know, like I said in my other videos, as a disclaimer, I cannot pretend like that energy isn't gonna pop up, because that's just not how it works. I tap into the collective, so whatever the collective is experiencing tends to be what's on my table. I'm hoping a lot of anxiety doesn't come up. That has seemed to subside, or at least as of, I want to say, it must have been Wednesday, I think. Or no, it was on the 14th that that energy ended up subsiding that I had been picking up for weeks. So yeah. Outside of that, I hope everybody is doing safe. You're doing okay. You're keeping yourself protected and your family protected. And remaining patient as we all get through this. So I'm going to be drawing 7 cards for you today, so please have patience with me as I get these out so we can get you started here. Alright. One more, please. One more card. Okay, so interesting, very interesting. So the bottom of the deck, we've got the star. So that's very interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and go through the cards with you, okay? So we've got slowing down, clinging to the past, that's the 5 of Cups. We have sorrow, that's the 9 of Swords, typically the nightmare card in traditional tarot. We have abundance, this is the King of Pentacles in traditional tarot. That's our tipping point, okay? And then we've got transformation. I want to say this is the death card. And then we've got change. Well, ain't that about some snap? So that's the Wheel of Fortune, and then we have the Tower. Okay, so let me let it sink in here for just a moment. And take it all in. When we get to the tipping point, I'll go ahead and flip over your message, and we'll see how that correlates with everything. So there's a lot of grief going on right now for mutable signs. And this kind of goes without saying, the world is being forced to slow down right now, not just mutable signs. But I feel like there's some of you out there that might be experiencing this energy maybe a little bit more intensely. And I say that because I feel like a lot of your time has been spent in this space of being very... just your mind being very cluttered, there being a lot going on, lots of things trying to figure out, lots of decisions that need to be made, and feeling kind of like a time is of the essence for these decisions to actually be made. And I'm sensing grief as well, like not only just grief over money that's being lost or the abundance that you feel is being lost, but also, you know, the sorrow because you know that things are changing. Nothing's going to be the same after this. Now, whether this is related to the virus or not, I'm kind of seeing that it might, but just keep in mind, even though that this virus is kind of taking over, you know, the world right now, and it's on everybody's minds, there are still other themes that are present in most people's daily lives. People are still trying to figure out stuff about money, still trying to figure out stuff about work, still trying to figure out stuff about love. You know, these other elements don't stop coming into play just because this virus is going on. So what I'm seeing here as far as the sorrow is concerned, oops, that needs to be flipped. I'm not feeling like this directly has to do with the virus. I think that this might be the fallout in some of your lives due to that, clinging to things that basically are no longer going to exist after this. Now, the tipping point for this is abundance for you. It's the King of Pentacles. So being in the King of Pentacles energy is pretty damn close to being an Emperor energy as far as I am concerned. And I feel like with what's going on right now, the slowdown that's occurring, that it's allowing a transformation to take place. It's allowing the wheel to turn for you, mutable signs. Okay, now this goes to say, you know, that this is the wheel and the tower right next to each other. That speaks to some pretty fucking tumultuous energy, if I say so myself. So, you know, some of you are you're heading into very difficult times. Like, there's going to be a lot of upheaval for you. And it's not going to necessarily feel pleasant. So so tell us more about this abundance card. You won the lottery. Make room for wonderment. So, and that's the thing. I feel like this is the reason that the King of Pentacles is coming up for you in the tipping point position. Because, like, the King of Pentacles is actually a very good card, especially when he's on his upright. Okay, so, you know, even though the slowdown has taken place, and even despite how you might be feeling right now about the change that you can foresee taking place in your life, you're not losing anything. You've actually gained everything. So I feel like for some of you, this might have been like a scenario where you were already considering like leaving a job that you were at, or you know, something that you were doing, or you might have even considered like investing in something else. It even could just be a moment that you've reached in your emotional world where you need to evaluate how you've been living to see how you can better step into this energy, okay? But what I am seeing specifically for you, mutable signs, is that that is the direction that you're headed. Like, this change that's coming, I'm not going to pretend like this doesn't feel like a huge fucking shakeup, because it really does. Whether that's globally or that's specifically in your life, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of you and there's one of me, and I'm just kind of picking out, you know, the energy of what's coming to me here. But for some of you, like, this particular shakeup is huge. But you know, I don't feel like, let's pull the clarifiers, because it's like, I think for some of you this is gonna be difficult for you. You still end up coming out on top, if that makes sense, but that this particular shakeup is going to be very, very difficult for you. And then for others of you, I just feel like it's something that's unexpected that you didn't see coming. This foundation that's being knocked down, this wheel turning in your favor. But ultimately, like it says here, you win the lottery. You end up in this King of Pentacles energy. So I almost said industry. So maybe you're looking at a different industry. Like, I tend to see the King of Pentacles as far as occupation as like, you know, he's my law enforcement, you know, so police officers. This can be those that are in military. If there is also like the King of Wands on the board, or any other like fire court card, I'd say this is someone who's in like firefighting, for example. You know, but typically something that involves uniform is what I see for this King of Pentacles. So it's possible that you were considering leaving this job that requires you to have a uniform, to go into something else. Like, it could be that this is all you've known. So, you know, say that you're in your 30s or your 40s now, like late 30s, you know, 40s, and you've been in the same particular field, you know, since you got out of high school, you know, and you've been thinking, you know, how much different would my life be if I had invested in this other occupation, this other thing that I wanted to do, instead of following this path. And it's just kind of clinging to the decisions that you made and then feeling regret over them. And that's not going to help you get into this abundance energy, this abundance mindset. Now, mind you, I feel like that's the way the wheel is turning for you. And in order to get you out of this energy, out of this Nine of Swords energy, of the Nightmare card, if you will, like, that it's going to require the shakeup. It's requiring the wheel turning, or the cycle turning, if you will, in order for you to get there. Now, again, I can't say for sure that this has to do with what's going on, but the fact that we've got slowing down here, you know, we've got the Nightmare card. This is someone standing up in their bed, constantly thinking over and over and over and about things. You know, you're allowing yourself to get into your head, and part of that might be happening because of the slowdown. Like, if this wasn't going on, you wouldn't have had the chance to take a step back and actually invest that time into yourself and thinking about the decisions that you've made and what you want to do different moving forward. So it requires patience. You to have patience with yourself so that you can fully embody this energy. Okay? So let's look at interesting. We'll see if that pops back out. Okay, so yeah, I want to look into this King of Pentacles energy and see a little bit more. Ooh. Okay, again, and it's perception. This is like one of my favorite cards in this deck. So we've got perception. Now, because the King of Pentacles in this particular deck stands for abundance, my immediate connection is the perception of what abundance is. And this is when you get into like the practice of gratitude. That's when this tends to come up, when this perception card shows itself, especially with any card within the Pentacle deck. So part of what's stressing you out is your perception of what abundance is. Abundance is not always money, okay? Now, excuse me. It's not always money. Now, that's why you're being forced to slow down. Okay? This is the Knight of Pentacles. Turtles don't move real fast, y'all. So, like, the perception of the richness that you have, that your life has, of what you even feel gratitude for, I feel like is going to change significantly. This, I feel like, has to do with a Queen of Water energy. So Queen of Cups energy technically. So the Queen of Cups is a very psychic card. They might actually have a little bit of earth in their chart as well. You could possibly be dealing with a Cancer. So that would be a cardinal sign. Very interesting. Let's see what else. Can I get a little bit more, please? Okay. I've seen somebody flip over. So we've got knowledge. So, I don't know if this is like a specific psychic that you go to, or a reader that you listen to, or even just you tapping into your own intuition. Okay, but I do feel like there is some knowledge that's going to come to you. There is some information that's going to come to you, and it's going to create a light bulb moment. There's something about that light bulb moment. Sit with it to make sure that your ego isn't warping your perception of what this opportunity could really mean for you in the long run, because I do feel like it's an opportunity here with this Wheel of Fortune. There is change coming with this transformation card. You know, ultimately that's what death is. It's transformation. Everybody goes through this dance of transformation at some point in their life, right? So let's look at this Tower card. Yeah, so I feel like a water sign in particular is going to be very important to you. And with this particular, I feel like there's illusions. There's some type of illusion that's going to be broken through with this Tower card. Can I get more? No, I can't get more. That's what it just told me based on the card that just came out. Oh, it gave me 2. How sweet. Alright, so we've got... Yeah, this is a matter of you balancing ego and higher self as you're being forced to go within and slow down at this time. That's why you've got this energy, this chaotic energy, chaotic mental energy, is because right now there's a battle going on within yourself between your ego and your higher self. You know, the ego telling you, this is what you should do, this is what you have to do, and your ego saying, you know, how does this make you feel? What is your gut telling you? Is this in the highest good of everyone around you? Just as a very basic difference, okay? But there's going to be a decision that needs to be made. So what's interesting is the card that popped up in the upright is Faith. Okay, and this card tells me, especially because we've got that turtle energy again and the water energy again, this is someone who's very intuitive around you, if this isn't you. Okay, yeah. For some of you, this could be you. You could be the Queen of Water and the King of Pentacles, and I mean that in the sense that you could be someone who is highly intuitive, highly sensitive, okay, and the perceptions of what you're getting because it's leading you towards, it's leading you in the direction that's going to help fulfill abundance for you, like the abundance that you're seeking. So it's not necessary to stay in your head because you're already on the path. Just follow the path, stay true to the path. But with this faith card, what this is telling me, and it's very, very simple, is like a saying. I have a poster, or like a canvas poster that I bought that I still haven't put up in my room. And it says, very simple, let your faith be stronger than your fear. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Does anybody else see the storm that's going on in this Wheel of Fortune card? This storm energy is like, there are no words I can use right now to verbalize this particular energy. But that's what this is, this Wheel of Fortune. It is the wheel getting moving again and turning. And for you, like, especially when this Tower moment finally hits, if it hasn't yet, if this isn't hitting right now, just remember to keep your faith, whatever that is, even if it's just the belief in the higher self, in humans and the human condition to want to do the right thing. Doesn't necessarily have to be in a higher creator. I'm not going to tell you that. It is for me, but it's just your belief in something outside of yourself, or even within yourself, your higher self. So yeah, let faith be stronger than your fear. Okay, so let's look at your lesson for this particular season, and it is discipline. So that's very interesting. It says, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Well, that's kind of hard to do when you're remaining in the state of grief and anxiety. You have to get yourself out of a state of anxiety in order to really capitalize on these messages that you're being sent. You're being guided right now, and you just have to have patience. So, I mean, it could even be something as simple as you wanting to execute a particular project, and now it's just not the right time to do that. Listen to that intuitive nudge that you're getting, because it's not going to lead you wrong in this scenario, okay? The wheel is turning, transformation is happening. Really, the only thing you can do is hang on for the ride and follow your gut. All right, so with that said, that's going to be everything for this month. For y'all mutable signs, I hope you found this helpful. If you enjoyed this video and you made it this far, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and subscribe if it resonated. Definitely comment. I do check all my comments. I do respond to all my comments, and I'd love to hear from you. So that being everything, I have gratitude for each and every one of you. Remember, your peace is your power, and I will check you later. I'll see you next month. Bye.